JT, how are you tonight, sir?
No, doing good, doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. Better than I was at the start of the week.
Is it something to do with the market? Trump.
Indeed. Indeed. How about yourself?
Yeah, I tried to tweet out something when I put on a position, and hopefully that helped some people. But
Likewise.
that was like a crazy, crazy couple of weeks there. Never experienced something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't I pull up on screen what you're talking about? And just because we jumped into this thing pretty quick, this is our weekly call, a good chance to get the team in front of the community. We're live here on Twitter, obviously, also on YouTube and Instagram. So it's a good chance for us to reconnect with the community and share some updates. Also, to give some perspectives from JT on how he's viewing the market, things that would impact you as a trader, hopefully help you have better insights on the market. Let me see if I can share this quickly here. Yeah, on the screen, there's a tweet yesterday morning. You actually put that risk assets, including Chinese stocks, are reacting well to the tariffs today. If I were a long-term investor, it makes sense to take a hard look at high-quality assets and TradFi crypto. These treasury sell-off may have been the sign that the bottom is near. Now, obviously, you posted that about 5 or 6 hours before Trump started posting about the pause on tariffs. Maybe you could just give a little insights on why you saw that and what you were thinking when you made that call.
Sure. I noticed that there's some. Um, the VIX was at pretty extreme levels, and high quality assets were down like double digit percentages the day before, and it's just like it reminded me of maybe funds failing, just getting liquidated, and the TradFi markets. And to me, that's always a sign that at least we're in a short term bottom, near a short term bottom. Um, and once the tariffs are so high already, like 80%, 100%, like what does it really matter, right? Like it's already super expensive. It's not really gonna do that much more if they go from like 120% to like 150%. That was my kind of logic, right? So I felt like the the bad news were already priced into the short-term price action. And what if, right? What if Trump decided to negotiate, or what if China decides to negotiate? But the upside is rather huge. So of course we could have lost another few percentage points. And then maybe, and if it did do that, and just stuck around without rebounding, maybe I say, okay, I'm wrong and get out of the trade. But luckily, some good news happened, and then you see the violence of that reaction, right? And that's what trading is about. Sometimes it's like if you're wrong, you lose X. If you're right, you gain like 4X. And I feel like that was one of those opportunities where some risk had to be taken. Now, is it the final end? Right? Nobody knows, but it doesn't seem like it. The forces that forced that kind of led up to this tariff war, led up to this kind of protectionism and isolated economies. The forces are still there. So, I don't think something got magically resolved just because he put a 90-day pause. Yeah, so that's the current view.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Thanks for the insights. It seems like a lot of people are sort of questioning the long-term wisdom of the tariffs here. Has your change evolved on that at all in terms of what's best for the general U.S. economy?
I'm too dumb to opine on what is the best for the US economy, but it doesn't seem like this is the way to go. Because I think all the economies are being hurt. I think A lot of the good companies are being sold off, right? So they're losing market cap, they're losing liquidity, people are losing wealth. I don't see how that's beneficial long term, to the whole, like to the whole economy, the global economy. Like maybe this kind of battle could result in one country outperforming another by some sort of a bigger margin. But even that is unclear. So I really don't know what the whole point is, other than appeasing um, the voter base that put President Trump into power, um, and this kind of populist take on things, decision making. I don't really know the wisdom in that, right? So it's hard to see like what the strategy is, aside from just appeasing the voters that put them into power.
Awesome. So for our next point, we'll just jump into the Woo side of things. Obviously, we released the quarterly report yesterday. And so I wanted to jump into a few different slides here. Obviously, if you get a chance in your own time to review it, there's a lot here. We're not going to go through every slide. But the first topic I want to talk about was the slide about the revenue growth from year on year, going back to the beginning. And I wonder if you had any thoughts on that as well, just from a purely like how far we've grown and also the financial health of the company.
The financial health is fine. Our runway is decent, and that's not really the issue. The issue is how competitive are we in the centralized exchange space? How competitive are we in the decentralized exchange space? And what are we really doing that adds a lot of value to people, right? I think those are the more important questions. I think the revenue is increasing; it's a good thing. But what's to say that they should have been like 300 million last year, right? I feel like we could have done a lot of things better, and a few of those things were very high impact, but we missed it for certain reasons. And going forward, it's always this kind of quick evolution of what not to do, right? Like what mistakes did we make? How can we learn from that, and how do we do it better for the next feature or the next product that we're making or the next team that we're building? For me, it's really about those things.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right. I do want to talk as well about another chart that I'm particularly happy with. This one with our staking. Obviously, we've locked up a lot between January of this year and the end of Q1, which is something that is a whole company across all our products between WooFi and WooX is quite important. Some key catalysts to that, I think, was the increased yield early on in Q1, and last week we had some very important swap contract updates on the WooFi side. So for those of you who don't follow DeFi particularly well, one of our swap DEXs is deployed on 11 or 12 different chains, if you include Solana, went through an upgrade to improve how well it can quote. So with the goal of providing even better liquidity. And so the downside to immutable smart contracts is that when you want to upgrade them, you basically have to redeploy the entire thing. And DeFi in general being composable, there's a lot of wallets and aggregators that are connected to it, and they drive the bulk of the flow to us, which turns into the revenue that we share with stakers. So with that upgrade underway, last week we completed it. And now we're going through the process of getting all the big aggregators, including 1inch, Odos, Paraswap, 0x, these types of people, reintegrated. I saw yesterday that Jupiter, which is the largest on Solana, is now testing their integration, which will be potentially a very, very important piece for WooFi, generating more yields, generating more higher yields for stakers. So that's kind of an exciting piece. And what we hope that will translate to is making this chart continue its upward trajectory throughout Q2 and something to keep an eye on. So if anyone in the Woo ecosystem is wondering about the yields, yes, these last couple of weeks they were a little bit down, But the solution to that is getting all of these people who bring us flow reintegrated over the next couple of weeks, so we can get that up as well, get volumes back to where they need to be. So that's my piece. I wanted to throw it to JT here to talk a little bit about the roadmap, because we kind of sneak peeked a look at Woo App 2.0, which is a big product coming for us in the middle of this year. So I wanted to get your thoughts, JT, just on the, like sort of the vision of this product. What solutions is it going to solve for people? Tying it back to your last question about, these are the important things that we need to do.
I feel like the thing that we tried to do before was approach products in a too logical manner, talking about liquidity, talking about like listings, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I think if we really make a good service and product, it's this feeling that we're giving people. And they come for that feeling. They come for that. Um, they come for that feeling, right? It's not super logical, like why people use certain things. Um, so my thought is that the whole game is very boring, and people are tired of millions of shitcoins, and trying to dig through like a vast ocean of information on these tokens, right? I mean, you've been in the space for a while, I've been in the space for a while, and it's just like it's such a grind now, right? So Woo App 2.0, it's just a code name that we came up with. I mean, it's not like the real product name. But anyway, this thing is supposed to change it up, right? It's supposed to make crypto fun again. It's supposed to make trading, investing fun again. That's my aim. And if I can create that feeling for people, then for me it's a success.
Awesome.
I don't want to go into too much details, for obvious reasons, but that's the direction that I want to take this thing.
Indeed. Yeah, we'll likely have much more details about that coming later this quarter, right? And I think that'll be a very important catalyst for people. I think people are looking to see how we tie together a lot of our products better, because WooFi Pro, WooFi Earn, Stake, and then WooX, obviously on the centralized side. They serve a lot of different needs, but maybe not in a way that's easy for people to navigate. So hopefully this product can tie it together really well, and that could be an exciting way to target a much wider audience than we currently do now.
Yeah, it goes way beyond that, and the team that we've assembled is very exciting as well. So I have a lot of faith in what we're building, and it's going to be quite an adventure. So.
Yes. And likewise, we need everyone's help. There's another slide on here asking people a quick call to action. Just scroll down to it here. Obviously, people who are watching, if you're token holders, right, all the people that you can refer in terms of traders, affiliates, lead traders, we're always trying to add more. Besides just feedback, also helping us drive many of the regional communities that will be so key for adoption in 2025. Trying to create a lot more video content. So you're going to see that really ramping up into this month. So people have creative ideas. If there's content creators that people follow, these are the sort of things that you can join the communities and tell us about. I just think getting everyone more active, I think will have a really positive effect on everyone, and something we're very excited about internally, the opportunity here for us to keep growing. JT, I don't want to take up too much of your time today. Any last insights or thoughts, things that you're working on over there that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to my dinner, so I gotta run. Thanks for this.
All right.
And see you next week. Yeah.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.